Hello, fifth graders. So we're going to be skipping a little ahead in our topic again, and we're going to be going over topic 4.9. So in your interactive notebook, your virtual interactive notebook, you're actually going to go all the way to the bottom of the slides to get to topic 4.9. We're going to talk about topic 4.8 and 4.7 next week. But basically what we're going to do, we started modeling multiplying a decimal by a decimal. Now what we're going to do, now we are going to just learn the standard algorithm for multiplying a decimal by a decimal. Next week, we are going to talk about different ways we can multiply decimals. But today we're just going to talk about the standard algorithm. So it's very, very similar to multiplying a whole number by a decimal. Okay, so the first step you want to do, just like we did with whole numbers times the decimal, is to count the total number of decimal places in the whole entire problem. Okay, so you see 63 hundredths times 5 and 5 tenths. So 63 hundredths, how many decimal places does 63 hundredths have? Well, it has 1, 2. Okay, so the total number of decimal places in that one is 2. And then how many decimal places does 5 and 5 tenths have? It has 1, okay? So in all, the total problem, both factors combined, have 3 total decimal places. So what this number means is that at the very end, our answer, when we get our answer and we put the decimal place back in, we want to make sure it has 3 total decimal places. So step 2 is to take the decimals out and multiply as whole numbers. So 63 hundredths just becomes 63. 5 and 5 tenths becomes 55. And then we multiply. So why don't you do that right now on your own? Multiply 63 times 55 in your interactive notebook and see what you get. So we have 5 times 3 is 15. 6 times 5 is 30 plus 1 is 31. We're moving into the tens place, so we have a placeholder. 5 times 3 is 15 again. We can actually reuse that 1. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 plus 1 is 31. And then we add it all up. Now, before we even put our decimal place back in, okay, let's look at our original problem. Let's estimate. So 63 hundredths. What could we round 63 hundredths to? We could round that to 1. And if we make 63 hundredths 1, can't we keep 5 and 5 tenths the same? So our estimate would be around, our answer is going to be around 5 and 5 tenths. So right now our answer is 3,465. Well, that doesn't really seem anywhere close to 5 and 5 tenths. So we know it has to be close to 5 and 5 tenths, and it has to have 3 decimal places. So where should the decimal place go in our problem? Well, it should go between the 3 and the 4, making it have 3 decimal places, and 3 and 465 thousandths. It's pretty close to 5 and 5 tenths, I would say. So for you, you can drag that decimal where you need it to go. So let's do a few more practice problems. So 9 and 1 tenths times 6 and 8 tenths. In this problem, how many total decimal places do we have? We have 2 total decimal places. So in our answer should have 2 total decimal places. So we take the decimals out, 91, 68, and we multiply. So multiply and see what you get. What is 91 times 68? 8 times 1 is 8. 9 times 8 is 72. Placeholder. Moving on to the 6. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 9 is 54. And we add it all together. Now, again, let's estimate. So 9 and 1 tenths, I could say, is around 9. 6 and 8 tenths is around 7. So our answer is going to be around 63, okay? And our answer should have 2 decimal places. So in 6,188, where should drag over the decimal where you think it should go in the problem so that it is close to 63 and it has 2 decimal places? So the decimal place would go between the 1 and the 8. Okay, because 61 is pretty close to 63 and also 2 decimal places. Do the next one on your own. Count the decimal places, take out the decimals, multiply, put it back in. What do you get as your final answer? So let's do it. 12 and 5 tenths, I would say, is around 12. 9 tenths, I would say it's like, if I wanted to estimate, I would maybe do like, have it a power of 10. Okay, so our answer is going to maybe be around 1200th, small answer. If you did 0, that's fine too. Just know that your answer is going to be really, really tiny. Okay, so we take out the decimal places. There's 1 in this, there's 2 in this, so 3 total decimal places. 125 times 9. We have 45, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 9 times 1 is 9, 10, 11, okay? And it should have 3 total decimal places, okay? So this 3 tells us we're going to go 1, 2, 3, decimal place should go right there, okay? And this is where your estimation might get a little tricky, okay? Because if you estimated the 900ths as 0, you may think the decimal place would go here, okay? But always follow your rule with the 3 decimal places. You know it has to have 3 total decimal places. All right? So attached to this Ed puzzle is going to be a Google form. You're probably going to have to submit some pictures of your work. Or I may actually make it a Google slide instead so that you can put in your work and see what you get as your answer. But I do need to see some work for this, okay? Again, make sure you always count the number of decimal places because that is the number that needs to be in your final answer. If you do have any questions, please let me know and I will be able to answer any of them. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye, guys.